everybody, it's me again, guys. So, anyways, y'all, before I start heading to work, no alcoholic beverages for right now. Not till at least tomorrow or tonight, at least after I come on home. But anyways, this is gonna be a small little story, guys. Okay, and this is gonna be about one of the times. I went to go visit a friend of mine. I didn't know he was working, so freaking me and my wife, we went to his place of work because we had to get a few things anyway. So we went to that store, and we went and got stuff, and then he was coming out, and he was like, "Oh, I'm on my 15-minute, man. Let's talk." And I'm like, "All right." So we were on there, and we were talking bullshit, like random, like wrestling and drinking and whatever bullshit that we were talking about. And anyways, I go ahead and I'm sitting there, and like I left a little like Silent but Deadly as go, but not really. Like I farted and I didn't think anything of it. And then he just like looked at me, and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. It's whatever." So he's like sitting there. I think he knew I farted a couple times, but he was just trying to be nice. So we were just kept on talking. This is like 5 minute of his 15-minute, I guess. So my wife is standing there, and everything else. So we're all standing there. And then eventually, I go, and it was like loud and long, and he's like looked at me like, "Oh god damn, dude, damn," and I'm like, "Oh well, it's whatever." And then finally, the smell, it lingered. And it was outside too, so freaking that's the thing that really got me was freaking I was it was bad. It was so bad, but it lingered. It lingered outside. It didn't linger from like here to like way the fuck over there. It just like it stayed in like one spot. It lingered, but like stayed in one spot or whatever. And even my buddy was like, "God damn." There, and he was like, there was a point to where every time he would like stand up or like sit down, he would try to move to wherever he was moving to or whatever. He was like, "God damn, I can still smell it, son of a bitch," and every time. And we ended up, like counting it, and he was like, "Man, I'm getting ready to go to fuck in." He was like, "God damn, I'm only on a 15-minute. All I was going to do is just have a cigarette, talk to you guys a little bit, and then fucking go in." I talked to you guys for a bit. I had the cigarette, but in the middle of it, I have to smell his shit. God damn. And he was like, "Phew, god damn, I still smell it. Fuck, because I can't even go through a 15-minute fucking break without fucking, something happening." Or whatever, and then you guys come along, but just I was thinking, "Oh man, that's great," but then he farts and freaking ruins it. But man, I'm gonna have to buy me something. So he went like to whatever, and then he came back, and he was like, I'm going back in. I'm going back in, guys. Freaking, I have to go to work." And I'm like, "All right, man. Maybe I'll come over later." And he was like, "You better freaking poop or something before you fucking show over, man, because that stunk so bad." And I'm like, "All right, man." And then pretty much after that, I was just like, "All right." And then me and my wife, we just like walked home, and then I farted again. And then freaking, that was it. We just like chillaxed, and then he came over the next day with a 24 pack of beer, and he was like, "I do have to go to work." But then I think we had a garage sale or something, and then he stayed for the garage sale, and he didn't even go to work. And then freaking like, I don't know, he spent the night or something, and then we went to like the next day we went to his job or something, and I stayed back, but my wife went with him, because he was drunk as shit anyways. And then we came back, and here he was like, "Oh, I'll be right back." It's like, all right, and here he did was he bought some more beer, and freaking we were drinking it all during the garage sale and everything else, and it was just like crazy times. And then we saw this guy there. He was just like on his, whatever. I think he was walking or something. And he was like, "She's got the jack. She's got the jack." And later on, I did not know that was a song. I thought freaking he was like complaining that this lady's got his jack or something. But whatever. It's all good. Anyways, guys, that's a small little story. And I will talk to you guys later or tomorrow. So y'all have a great day, and to remember to have mercy and have a nice day. Yeah.